class, I would like to ask all of you that are you all safe and sound at your homes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great.
Yes, ma'am.
Great. Please try to keep safe and stay safe. All right. So by this, we are starting today's lecture. Okay, good. Everybody is safe. Very good. Yes, very good, very good. All right. So today now we are starting with a fresh topic, which is straight line. So I hope that all of you know what is a line and what is a straight line. So I don't have to tell you about that. But definitely I'll start with slightly different thing, which is not directly but indirectly related to this, and it will help you to get to know about this more. Okay. So we have, first of all, 2D coordinate geometry. 2D coordinate geometry, right? So what do you mean by it? 2D coordinate geometry means two-dimensional coordinate geometry. Two-dimensional, which means we have x-axis, right? Two axes. We have x-axis here, and we have y-axis, right? So it is a, whatever we'll do in this particular thing, it will be considered in this part. All right. So we are just talking about this now. Okay. So the number line is, which is also known as a Cartesian plane, is divided into 4 quadrants by 2 axes which are perpendicular to each other. Okay, so look here. We have, and I'm so sorry, I'll be drawing very not straight line. Very, it will be very distorted because I'm writing on this pad and it is very problematic. But yeah, so you can just try to understand that here we have a plane, we have a Cartesian plane. This is known as the Cartesian plane. So basically we started from the very basic here, which was the number line. I hope you all remember what is a number line. We have a center like 0. Here are the positive numbers, here are the negative numbers, right? So we started with this very basic, where we had this number line, where here positive numbers were there till infinity, and here negative numbers were there. But then we went to this, which includes 2 of these, which are perpendicular to each other, which is x-axis and y-axis. Now what we are doing, is somebody saying anything? I'm so sorry, I'm not able to hear you properly. Okay. So here we have a Cartesian plane, right? I hope you all know. Now, because of these 2 axes, which are x-axis and y-axis, right? This is the positive x-axis here. This is the positive y-axis. Here is the negative y-axis. Here is the negative x-axis. Now, because of this axis, what happens? This Cartesian plane is divided into 4 quadrants. So this is very basic of 2D geometry. It is divided into 4 quadrants: 1, 2, 3, 3, and 4. Right? So we can just name them 1, 2, 3, 4. So these are the coordinates in which it is divided now, and we already know that it is the horizontal line, whereas this is the vertical line, right? So this is very basic. We are just brushing up the previous things. Okay. Now what happens with these quadrants? The 4 quadrants along with their respective values are represented. So see, what happens here in the first coordinate, sorry, in this first, what do we call it, quadrant, we have positive x and we have positive y, right? Both of them are positive. Here, what do we have? We have
x positive.
Right, negative x and positive y. Cool. Here we have both of them as negative, right? Minus, minus. And here we have plus x but minus y, right? So this is again something which we already know. The point at which the axis, plural, intersect is known as the origin. This point where these 2 intersect is known as the origin, generally denoted by O, right? And it can always also be set 0 because here 0 is there, and after that the numbers begin. The location of any point on the plane is expressed by a pair of values. Now, very important. So here, why we are defining these coordinates? What is the use of them? Because sometimes, or most of the time, except these axes about which we have almost all information, like what is the equation and all, except these two axes, these two lines, and this origin and this quadrant, we need something which is in it. Here we need some information here, right? Now how do we get that information? So what do? Whenever we have to locate a point, whenever we have to locate a point in this plane, how do we do that? We do that with the use of these coordinates, x and y. For example, if we have to find the location of a house, then we can say that it is in that sector, in that road, in that line, in that area. So we are defining it more precisely so that the person who is finding that home can reach there easily, right? So here, these coordinates help us to get to that exact location where that point is situated. For example, if I say 4, 2 is the point, right? So if where it will be, anybody would like to tell?
First quadrant.
First quadrant, great. Shivang, very good. Now it will be somewhere here if it is 1, 2, 3, and 4. And if it is 1, 2, 3, and 4, so on. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it will be somewhere 4 is this and 2 is this. So somewhere here. So we'll definitely reach somewhere here, right? So it is used to locate a point, these coordinates. All right. These pair are known as coordinates. What are they known as? Coordinates. So this is a basic introductory class, right? You just have to, if you want to write something, write. Otherwise, it's okay if you're not writing also. Now, like 4, 2 is done. Just wait for a minute. So I think this was enough for the coordinate geometry. Like what we are trying to say, that here we have this Cartesian plane with all these quadrants, 2 axes, 1 origin. If we have to look at any point, we are available with the coordinates, the pair of them, and then we can do. Now let us start with something which relates to our topic, straight line. Straight line. So definitely we know what is a straight line. Now, if we know what is a straight line, so we must also know that what is the equation, because practically when we solve the questions, we don't have to memorize its definition, but its equation. So, equation of a line in Cartesian plane. From now onwards, you can start writing. It is something which you have to write. So, you can write along with me or you can write after me as you want. Or just wait. I have origin text, x and y axis. Worthy, I'm sorry, I'm not able to get you. X and Y axis. Can you
No,
please?
ma'am, this was the question that you asked before. So I tried
Oh,
to answer it in the chat box.
okay. Okay, all right. Okay. So, okay, one more is there. Mx plus C. Okay. All right. Cool. So, straight line, now I'm writing what you all have to write after me. Equation of a line in Cartesian plane. So you must all remember this because it is very simple. You can all easily remember it. Equation of a line in Cartesian plane, right? Now, what is the equation? First of all, the general equation, general form. What is it? So in this particular class, I'm sorry, but I'm not asking any one of you any such questions. We'll do this, I will ask the questions, you will answer, right? So I will do this from the next class so that you'll get more comfortable. Right now, I'm just saying, and you just listen and write. And whatever question answers will be there, we will just take them after the class, okay? Moreover, I'll ask some questions at the end of the class. It's no problem. But right now we are just focusing on practicing. All right. So general form. So what is the general form? General form of a line is given by ax plus by plus c is equals to 0. See, ax plus by plus c is equals to 0. sorry. So where I was, general form of equation is ax plus by plus c is equals to 0. This is the general form, where this c is the what we can call it, intercept. So where the axis cut the origin at the point, it is known as the intercept, and this particular value comes as c. So this c denotes the intercept, and this x and y we already know that some point, that line, it will have some x part, some y part, which means some at x coordinate, some y coordinate will be there. So this x and y denotes that, like two axis thing. And this a and b are the coefficients of these two. It is, a is the coefficient of x axis coordinate, and the b is the coefficient of y axis coordinate. So basically this is the general form. For example, we can have a line as 3x plus 2y plus 4 is equal to 0, right? So this will be the equation of a line, straight line, right? So this is the general equation where we have this as the intercept, this is the coefficient, x is, or x we already know what it is. It is the coefficient of y, and so on, right? So this is the general form. Now you all may write it, and till all of you are writing it, I just want to ask that, is there any doubt in the part till which I have taught, like in the introduction part or in the general form part? Anybody?
No, ma'am.
Okay.
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So let us move to the next part, because I think you must have written it. The next part is the second, we can say, is, just wait for a second. Equation of a line is done, right? Now we can come to this one. What will be the equation of line, of a line which is parallel to the axis, right? So if a line is parallel, this is the sign of being parallel to something. So if a line is parallel to x axis, so what will be its equation? Okay, anybody would like to answer? Anybody? This is not that difficult. Okay, I got a response. Y is equal to 0. Great, very nice. Awesome. Y is equal to 0. Cool, very nice. So for example, if we just draw supporting diagram sort of here. Sorry, this is the x-axis. This is the y1. Now, if we have a line which is parallel to the x-axis, which means we have something like this, right? So here y will be equal to 0, because there is no coordinate or no part of y here. We only have x. Purely we have x. So we can say that here the equation will be y is equal to 0. Great. Now, what will be the equation of a line which will be parallel to y axis? So I hope that every one of you might have guessed till now. It will be x is equal to 0, right? Which is parallel to y. So again here it will be x is equal to 0, because x is here and it does not have anything. Okay, now you might think that here some point is there, but here it is 0. So it doesn't matter, right? So we have these two things. Along with this, now we might have a line which is somewhere here, right? Or somewhere here. which will not be very, which will not coincide with this axis, x and y axis, but they will be parallel to them. At some distance, they will be parallel to them. So what will be their equation? It is again very simple. For example, if you have something like this, we have x here, we have y here, right? And we have a line which is like this. See? So what is happening here? We can see that for any value of x, for any value, for negative value, for the 0, for positive value, and so on, getting to infinity here also, we have the exactly same value of y, exactly same. For example, if the here is 4 here, right, y is equals to 4 is here at this point, so it is constant for any value of x. Take any value, take 5, take 7, take 6, it is constant for all of them here also, in negative part also. So what will be the equation of such a line, this line? What will be the equation of this line? Anybody? What will be the equation of this line? Anybody would like to answer? Along with Varti, I think. Okay, Deepti, great. Y is equals to k. Okay, this is very good. But we, right, it is like very fine. But here y is equals to 4. Like I've taken 4, right? So we can say that y is equals to k definitely if it is some value k. But if we are talking about this particular case, then we can say y is equals to 4. All right, very good, Deepti. Now, we know that if a line is parallel to x-axis at a distance, let it be of Deepti, k. Here we can see that this particular distance is k, right? This distance is k. This line is parallel to the x-axis, but it is far away from k units here, right? So this means that the equation would be now y is equals to k. And similarly, if we see the analogy here, or if we see the logic, if some line is parallel to x-axis at a distance, again we can take k or something, so some any value. Sorry, this distance, what have I written? One second, I'm checking the chat in a second. Okay, so y is equals to, oh sorry, x is equals to, k. For example, if we have something like this, that we have the two axes, x and y, right? And we have this. So by chance, this distance is k. So again, we can see that for any value of y, the value of x will be constant. So here x will be equal to k. This will be the equation. Or we can say if this k is supposed 2. So here the equation of the line will be 2. X is equal to 2. So this are for the lines which are coinciding with these axes, right? And this are for the lines which are parallel, but they're not coinciding, right? So this was about equation of line which are parallel to axis. Now this parallel thing can be a distance apart or very coinciding case. All right, so all of you may write it. You can draw these supporting diagrams as well if you want to understand. And again, I would like to ask, anybody has any doubt in this part? You may ask if you have. No ma'am, no ma'am, no ma'am. Okay, great. Y is equal to kx is equal to k. Okay, very good, very good. All right. Good. So can we move ahead if you have written this till here? Say yes or no.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Please keep saying something because I think that I'm teaching to some people who are not listening. Okay, yes, cool. So let me do one thing. Jaldi se. Let me just save it. Oh, just a second. I'm taking a new page. Okay, new share. Document 2. Not doing fine. Okay, so are you able to see this screen of mine, everybody?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank God you're saying, because now I'm feeling that I'm teaching somebody. Somebody is there. Okay, all right. So now coming back to what we were studying. So till here, I think it is clear. Now we can move ahead. So now the next thing that we have is the next thing that we have is third point, which is known as point slope form. See, point slope form. So it is very simple. Y minus y1 is equals to m x minus x1. This is the point slope form of a line. Here what we can see that y minus y1 is equals to mx minus x1, right? So here from here we can say many things. That first of all you can just write them separately, y and x. Oh, sorry, why I'm changing the order of these. Let it be x and y only. So x and y, these are variables, like we are keeping them as variables, right? We have to solve the equations and all, so we'll keep them as variable. Okay. Yes, wonderful, right? So these are two variables, this and this, right? Secondly, this and this, which has one, or right, Deepthi has also written correct that it might have, like it might look like this dash or something may come here. It is one and the same thing. We are just denoting that something is different here, right? So this x1 or x dash and y1 or y dash, these are what? These are the coordinates.
Points on the line.
Right. Coordinates of the line or the point, it depends. Here we're talking about the point. So coordinates of the point which is known to us. Like something in the question will be given to us. That known thing is this x1 and y1. The coordinates of the point which is known. Right? Here this x1 and y1 will be some numbers which we know. X and y will remain as it is. They will be x and y only. And what is left? M is left. So what is it? Definitely slope, right? So here, from here we can say that m is equal to the slope of a line. Slope of a line can be written as y minus y1 divided by x minus x1. So if we have to find out the slope of a line, where what we can say, see for example, if we are given slope, we can find the point, like from this particular thing. If we know this value, then we can get the equation of the line. If we know this, then we can get the equation of the line. Slightly, we can definitely not get the exact equation, but yeah, we can find something. Okay, so this is the slope of a line. So basically, point slope form. Here we are known with a point x and y1. X1 y1 are the coordinates. X1 y1. Right? We know this particular thing. This point slope is m and form. So this is the point slope form of this. Right? So this we know. Now the next thing is